Hello everyone, I'm Brian Boy Dragon and welcome back to David Bellamy's Endangered Wildlife.
At one time, so many people were hunting alligators for their skins that the alligator population was in serious trouble. In the early 1970s, the American federal government protected the alligator under the first version of the Endangered Species Act.
Dinosaurs. So simple. Huh. Didn't know that. Are sun worshippers. I have no idea. We'll figure that out eventually. Let's see.
The alligator looks the same today as it did when the dinosaurs were around. As the Earth changed, most animals adapted or became extinct, but the alligator's still the same reptile today as it was millions of years ago. Each of the scales along an alligator's back holds a tough, durable bone plate. The hide is a waterproof coat of armor that almost nothing can harm. But turn an alligator over and it's a different story. The skin on its belly is smooth and unprotected. The American alligator has clear inner eyelids. They snap down underwater and act like a swimmer's goggles, so the alligator can see while swimming.
You found one, find two more.
No, wait.
An alligator's smile can be a scary sight. It has about 80 teeth, 40 in each jaw. The alligator snags its prey with its teeth, then rips out really big bites, which it swallows whole.
Okay, let's see here. Nope. Eyelids. Mud and leaves. Yes.
Female alligators hiss to scare enemies away from their nest. They also might make a bellow-like sound to attract a mate in the springtime. At one time, American alligators lived from southeastern Virginia to the Florida Keys and throughout the Gulf of Mexico. American alligators are now found in southern Georgia, Florida, and southern Louisiana.
SNR?
Alligators are generally pretty quiet animals. When they do speak up, they make a low, gravelly, growl-like noise.
Nope.
When you roll an alligator over and rub its stomach, it falls asleep. Why this happens, nobody knows, but when you turn the alligator over again, it wakes up in a few minutes.
Okay, let's see. No. Oh. Okay,
Like most animals that live in Florida, alligators are sun worshippers. Groups of adult alligators like to hang out together and catch a few rays.
Well, they're reptiles, so unsurprising.
The American alligator eats just about anything that lives in or near the water. The menu includes fish, marsh rabbits, rats, snakes, turtles, and waterfowl.
Tunnel. No, not T. T-E, yeah, not T. What am I thinking?
American alligators can run as quickly as man for about 20 to 30 feet on land. In the water, they use their powerful tails to swim as fast as some motorboats.
You've found 2. The solution will lie under number 3.
In dry weather, the alligator leaves its den and builds its own swimming pool. The alligator finds a muddy place, then swishes its powerful tail to dig a hole. Water from beneath the ground fills the hole, and the alligator has its own pool to cool off in.
Okay, let's see our gator. Oh, snake. Gator. Dinosaur. Nose. Eyes. Periscope. Poison. Okay, now just have to find reptile. Oh, there we go. There we go.
If the water above the dense tunnel should freeze, alligators can use their snouts to poke air holes in the ice. They'd rather live where it's warm, but can survive in cooler waters if they need to.
Ah. Yeah, and I was reading about alligators just a little bit ago, so... Oh boy. I'm not much of a tic-tac-toe person. There we go.
The alligator has a sort of built-in snorkel and periscope. It doesn't need scuba gear. Its eyes and nose remain above the water, so the alligator can stay underwater but can still see and breathe. To its prey, the alligator's eyes and nose look like pieces of wood or leaves floating on the water. When the alligator spots some tasty prey, it makes a fast and powerful lunge, and lunch is served.
Yeah, I don't go snorkeling, so...
Today, alligators have bounced back, but still remain on the endangered species list because they look a lot like the American crocodile, which is endangered. Scientists are afraid that a hunter might kill a crocodile by mistake. Since there are fewer than 1,000 American crocodiles left, we can't afford to lose even one by accident. The female alligator builds a nest for her eggs out of mud and leaves. Baby alligators head for water as soon as they hatch. The baby alligators are only 8 or 9 inches long. They grow about a foot a year until they're 5 years old. The alligator makes its home in a den. Before building its den, the alligator digs a 20-foot-long tunnel. The tunnel starts underwater and slopes upwards, so the den built at the end is above water level and has air in it. Full-grown American alligators are between 6 and 12 feet long. The longest on record was over 19 feet. Like most animals on Earth, the manatee's biggest threat comes from people. Today, manatees suffer from sharing rivers and bays with people in barges and powerboats. The manatees can't move fast enough to get out of the way of powerboats, and many of them are killed. Even in protected waters, manatees suffer from the effects of pollution which kill the plants they eat. In Florida, swamps are being drained and filled in to provide housing for people, pushing the manatees from quiet, crystal-clear backwaters into crowded, polluted waterways.
Like to... I have no idea. Cows? I have no idea. Walrus. Let's see here. Scars. Guard. I have no idea. Boats.
You found one, find 2 more.
Manatees eat plants only. In captivity, a manatee eats up to 1/4 of its body weight each day. That's about 326 pounds.
Okay, let's... Nope. I was expecting some plot twists, like they're actually quite fast. There. I don't know.
Although manatees prefer swimming by themselves, they migrate together. Sometimes manatees get together to feast on seagrasses.
You've found 2. The solution will lie under number 3. That's 1. Find 1 more and you've got the solution.
Let's see. Plants, Florida, boats, let's see our flippers. Oh, hold on. Where is flippers? So that's how we're doing it, are we?
A female manatee may have inspired the legend of the mermaid. Here's what might have happened. A lonely sailor on a long sea voyage spotted a female manatee coming up for air with long strands of seagrass draped over her head. Then, with some creative storytelling and a lot of imagination, the sailor transformed the manatee into a beautiful mermaid.
Makes sense. What? Oh, okay. Okay, this one has to be pollution. No? Plants. Air.
West Indian manatees live in the warm coastal waters of the southeastern United States, the Caribbean Sea, and along the northeastern coast of South America. Only as few as 1,200 to 1,500 manatees may be left in the world.
Okay, let's no.
You might think manatees are lucky. They eat for 6 to 8 hours a day and sleep whenever they want to. Just like you, manatees lie still and close their eyes to sleep for about 6 to 10 hours, but of course they sleep 10 feet underwater. Baby manatees, called calves, weigh 60 to 80 pounds at birth. Mum manatee teaches her calf to swim by gently putting its nose in the water and quickly bringing it up again. With this gentle and loving teaching, soon her calf is swimming along beside her.
Damn it, Laurel! Oh. Yeah. Wait. Isn't? Okay, guess not.
When they play together, manatees like to kiss each other. When they gather together, they communicate with other manatees about new migration routes and new habitats. When afraid or upset, a manatee can scream an alarm.
Huh.
Manatees like warm baths, such as natural hot springs or the discharge from power plants. You might say they really like getting into hot water. Manatees are mammals and need air to survive. Because they live in the water, they need to poke their heads above the surface to breathe. Good manatee news. Natural reserves which provide protected homes have been established in some of the places where manatees gather. If you'd like to help learn as much as you can about manatees, often American Congress votes on bills that create new protected homes for the manatee. When kids take time to write about their concerns, people listen. The manatee uses its scoop-shaped tail to move through the water, just as you kick your feet when you swim. Manatees are light grey to brownish grey and their babies are pinkish grey. A long time ago, a relative of the manatee had tusks like the walrus. Manatees today use their teeth to rip up and grind plants. Today, most manatees have scars on their broad grey backs from collisions with the propellers of powerboats. Some scientists use the scars to identify individual manatees. At one time, manatees were hunted for their oil, skin and meat. Many years ago, greedy hunters told the world the manatee was a fish, which they called sea beef. Catholics in Europe and the Americas gladly ate sea beef on Fridays, a day they voluntarily went without meat, without realizing that the manatee was a mammal. Before the deception was uncovered, thousands of manatees had been killed.
It's your fast back 3. There we go.
Manatees help farmers and boaters by eating the water plants that clog irrigation and boat canals.
No, wait. There we go.
Manatees are slow swimmers when they hunt for food, but when they want to, they can really boogie at up to 15 miles per hour. Manatees might also be called sea cows.
No.
Manatees are mammals that have a very special look. Their roly-poly bodies taper to flat, round tails. They have short flippers on the sides of their body and tiny little heads.
Why was I thinking something more specific? What?
Stronger pollution restrictions will help conserve habitat for manatees and all creatures. As we learn more about the importance of swamps and marshlands, we give manatees an ever better chance for survival.
No, not marshy.
As the number of powerboats used in our waterways increases, so does the risk to manatees. Laws are being passed to help the manatee. Today, many waterways in Florida have powerboat speed limits to help reduce collisions with and injuries to the manatee. Manatees like to live in the warm, fresh waters of shallow coastal bays and rivers, but in a pinch they can live in salt water. Manatees look for areas with lots of seagrasses, water hyacinths and other tropical water plants to eat.
Why was I thinking... If God's sake, why was I thinking habitat like marshy water or... Yes. What the?
Couldn't help but notice some things are a little different around here because of you.
Apparently, the manatee have returned to live and to play in our inland waters.
It was such a great sight. I caught a glimpse of one while jogging along the shore this morning. He seemed to look up at me and thank me.
I suppose it's you he ought to thank. You must realize what you do in your time affects animals for all time.
Look to the pictures to guide you to the animals that are still in need of your help.
And good luck.
Wait, why is this one the only one I've got in a video? Okay, well.
At one time, boats that fished for shrimp dragged huge nets along the ocean bottom. These huge nets not only caught shrimp, but green sea turtles too. Unlike fish, turtles need air to survive. When turtles were trapped in the nets, they couldn't swim to the surface to breathe, and thousands drowned. At one time, the biggest threat to sea turtles was hunting. Some gourmets considered turtle soup and eggs a great treat. Thousands of turtles were slaughtered, and this left lots of turtle shells. So hunters and importers created ornaments and jewellery made from tortoiseshell. The tortoiseshell fad doomed even more green sea turtles. Today, turtles face the loss of the beaches where they lay their eggs. Unfortunately, turtles and people both like the beach. Making beaches comfortable for people usually means adding bright streetlights. Hatchlings often wander towards man-made lights, not the ocean, and end up being killed on roads. Sometimes entire beaches are developed, leaving the female with no place to lay her eggs.
And it should be against the law. And that would be all for today. I'll see you all next time. See ya!